Hello everybody, welcome back to the breakdown. I'm Tone. It's fantastic to have you watching another one of my videos, and thank you if you've stuck around because it's been months since my last video. It's hard to believe that we're already into March 2025, and I'm thinking back to the fact that I was going to do a Happy New Year video and we're already into the third month and I never got to it. First thing I want to say is I hope you are all doing okay. Cost of living has just gotten out of control. I really do hope that those of you that have been following my channel for, the entirety of, or the majority of its existence, have been putting your cash into real money prior to now. The fact that I was doing that has been one of the reasons I've been able to get as far along as I have. Yes, my stack has been reduced somewhat, and it was just a necessity. But if I hadn't have been putting my own words, and it's not advice, I can't give you financial advice, and I don't, but if I hadn't been putting my words into action myself, I would have been worse off for it. So that's why I hope you were doing something similar, that you did your own due diligence and that you were doing something similar several years ago, because you may have had to draw down on that savings account, like I have. Just looking at the way things are going, one of the reasons why I have finally got to doing this short video for you is there are a lot of things. There's the share market jitters in the US. Now I know it's coming off of big highs, but a 4% drop on the NASDAQ 2 days ago, that's something to bear in mind. It's not chump change. And look, just because Trump has gotten into office, I've had that thinking for a while now. I've had these thoughts that maybe the powers that be would like to bring things down on his watch. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. It would not surprise me. The way that gold and silver have performed in the last year just alone shows that there's some concern. That these things don't occur without there being some reason behind it. People are buying now, and then there are some that must sell some now, but selling it now is a lot better than not having it to sell. I really do hope that you're keeping your head above water, that you are doing okay. I have no doubt there are a lot of people doing it tougher than what we hear about. We hear about the economy's going fine and everything's fine, and governments keep saying that they're doing their investments and everything like that, and backing people and backing business, and all I see around me is people doing it really tough. And it only takes one little thing to really throw a spanner in the works. Speaking of spanners, this car was out of action for 10 days. I can tell you that has made things a little tougher than I would have liked. But because I took precautions early on, we're okay. Now, if things are going all right for you, even in light of the higher costs of living, I still believe it wouldn't hurt just putting a little bit of disposable income, if there is any, into a savings account that is not connected to fiat rubbish. I know prices have gone up a lot, but it's better to have a tangible asset in your back pocket than to rely on the bank's fiat crap. That's just my 2 cents worth. You already know, if you've been following this channel for long enough, you already know what my thoughts are. And when I can, I will be trying to replenish what I've had to convert back into the rubbish, because I can't go and pay my bills with the rubbish. Can't go and pay my bills with the good stuff. I have to pay the bills with the rubbish. That's what I meant to say. But I don't want too much exposure, and I don't have too much exposure to cash per se. Now, I have done something that I wasn't thinking I was going to do, but I have done it now. I have reduced my exposure to the share market as well. Again, out of necessity, and two, because I just feel like there's some issues moving forward with all of that. Now, whether there should be or not is another story, but like I said, I think that there's more chance than not that they're going to bring about a sharp correction over and during Trump's watch. And I'd far rather have my debts reduced and my tangible assets in hand than fiat rubbish and manipulated stocks. So that's what I'm doing. But I'm going to keep this video short. This one is to let you know I am okay. I don't know if any one of you were wondering or not, but maybe you saw that there was no video from me for a period of time, and almost 3 months, 4 months perhaps. I am okay, and just checking in with you all. And I'm committed to at least trying to give some encouragement to my small viewership. I do care about you, and while I've had to be sort of MIA and really, really busy behind the scenes to try and keep things ticking over, I have been thinking about my channel and doing videos and just never get to it. But I'd like to say it's not laziness, it's simply just I've been working hard. I've been trying to make things keep moving forward. But I think the last video I did was I was talking about the importance of the stack and the importance of being able to take it out and look at it and know that you've got some sort of reassurance that you have it, and also that I was going to need to part with some of it. That was the first stage. There's been several stages since then where I've needed to do that, and it pains me to say it, but as I said, it was far more reassuring to know that I had it to fall back on than not having it. So I stand by what I've said many, many times before. Real money in your hands is just, there's no other way to sort of talk about it. It's incomparable to anything else. So if you haven't already, please look into it. I dare say that we're going to see further highs before we see any pullbacks. And if we do see any pullbacks, I really don't believe we're ever going to see what we saw prior to the start of 2024, where it really just started to go. Gold was around that 3,200 mark, straight through there. It's now 4,600. Silver was around that $33 mark. It's now $52 Australian. So I know that it looks like it's gone on a rip tear, but just go back and have a look at the graph. Just go and have a look at what it's done. It's gone up sharply. Sometimes it's had a severe pullback, but it's never gone below, or very much below, that initial takeoff point. It's just gone back down to where it was and then continued to skyrocket up. And silver, it's still proving to me that it's got a long way to go. And at some point, when the media starts to really start to talk about it, all right, let's use Bitcoin as an example, but it's true. Bitcoin started to be highlighted in the media a lot, around that 5,000 Australian through to 10,000 Australian dollars, and look at it now. Okay, now there's a lot of media out there. If you don't have to look as far, and you may have even seen some ads coming up on your news feeds or something, maybe. Silver is being talked about more now. So that indicates to me that they're wanting it to be a little bit more in your face. They want more people to wake up to it. And it pays to be ahead of that. Again, it's not financial advice. It's just what I'm doing. And I have been doing for well over a decade now. Okay, so I do know a little bit about what I'm talking about. And at the end of the day, I want everybody to at least hear it from someone, so that it's a catalyst for you and everybody to think about it for yourselves. You know, it's not advice. The only thing I'm doing is encouraging you to consider it and have a look at it. It's done me a world of good to have done so, and I have no doubt at all that it will do you a world of good as well. And that in hindsight, in the future, you'll be able to look back at the point when you got it and go, yeah, that was a good thing I did. And I'll leave you with this thought. There are a lot of people that have bought gold at the high. I mean, the high for the time. Maybe they bought it 1,500, and it's skyrocketed, up to that point. They've bought it going, gee, this is going to the moon, this is going to the moon. Pulls back to 1,200. Oh, I've just done myself out at 20%. If they held in, hung tough, and just said, you know what, this is my long-term savings and I don't need to touch it for 10 years, 4,600. And also bear in mind, so there you go. I mean, a 20% pullback back then, now it's a twofold increase. But also bear in mind that that's not because gold went up in value per se. It's because inflation just has been out of control. And I firmly believe that both gold and silver are not fairly priced based on how much inflation has occurred in the time. And it's just still playing catch up. Okay? Anyway, that's it from me. I just wanted to, like I said, check in with you. I am alive. I am well. I've had a darn sight number of challenges, but I'm still here. I'm still hanging tough. I am praying that you are going okay. And I'm hoping that this is again an encouragement for you to look into taking some control over what happens to you and happens to your finances. That's it. May God bless you and your families, and until next time, please take care and take care of each other, each of you around yourselves. We can't do this stuff alone. It helps to have a couple of really close mates. So reach out to each other and support each other as well. And until next time, God bless you.